welcome to my channel. I am the Bloody Baroness, and this is Eerie Echoes. If you're from a big family, I'm sure you know of the fabled family reunion, that time during some set holiday where folks usually detach from the core of the family, come to spend it with the rest. You usually have a big feast, meet somewhere on neutral ground, somewhere that both can house your huge family and have the facilities to do all the cooking. For us, this was an old building that used to be a school way back in the day. Like 5 classrooms at the best, and that was it, located in Selma. Now, for the most part, that old building each year would have family visit it during Thanksgiving. Without fail, we would cram myself, my parents, 3 brothers into a Dodge van, then make the near pilgrimage there from where we lived. But it wasn't this place where my story takes place. No, instead it takes place across from the street from my aunt's home. You see, once the food was served, the elders of the family said their respective graces and whatever else. Those who didn't have to travel out of state would return to Faye's home, where the more relaxed version of the reunion would happen. Anyways, I usually didn't hang out with most of my cousins. As I figured, hanging out with the adults was more fun. Plus, they talked differently, and usually their antics were way funnier than the kids my age. Speaking of antics, my Uncle Bobby was walking in from having a smoke. He held his usual shit-eating grin, like he always did, but something seemed off this time. Bobby, like my father, had served in the military, so seeing him off was weird. Him and Dad both seemed to be afflicted by something. Being the curious kid I was, I began to pester them until my uncle took me to the side and used it as a secret meeting spot. Others said it was a home of a known witch of the area who got run out of town. What I saw in that house that day changed me. It was your classic 50s style 2-story southern home. The stairs that led up to the second floor were somewhat hidden behind a wall. That struck me as odd. Various images spray painted on the walls. At least I hoped it was paint. These weird small bottles with glass corks. The stuff you'd see in those old Western movies. But in the kitchen was what scared me. As we got into the kitchen, there was a pentagram with several carcasses flayed and displayed inside the design. What got me was that they seemed only a day or so old. This, coupled with the fact that we could hear footsteps outside, made everyone there want to leave. Everyone but my dad. Dad, for some reason, wanted to go to the basement, or in this case, fruit cellar. The look in his eyes I'll always remember. A level of focus but fear. It was quite revealing to me to see the man whom I thought was unkillable become literally shaken by the time he and I made it to the ground of the basement. In there seemed lived in and recent. Open cans of food, several mats in various places, a single propane heater, a pile of chicken bones, or at least I hope they were, and a neat pile next to one of them, and a book. I know I shouldn't have taken it, but curiosity, you know. Years later, I found out that there was a cult around that time based in Selma. They used to break into farms and steal small livestock to use for their rituals. But one of them got a bit loopy and started to abduct people in and around the area. Forget the woman's name. But she was legit called the Wicked Witch of the East. Though they caught 2 of her subjects, they are still yet to catch her.